away and leave Centaur down there. So it wouldn't even be the biggest. It's not even a huge investment if they. The other option for C9 is just running the dual lane on the off lane. So the Skywrath Mage plus, I guess, maybe the Puck or the Lycan, and then Drow safe lane. The other one of Puck or Lycan heading to mid. So maybe there won't be a full tri lane down there, and EG will be able to pressure and draw the second support down to the bottom lane. We'll have to see. I'm
so skeptical about this. I'm so skeptical about this. Normally, I'm the biggest believer in Draw Ranger lineups, and I understand where you're coming from too. When you look at the bonus damage which you're able to pump out of C9, yes, it's a beautiful thing. It's very reminiscent of what they actually used to do, which was back in the days when they were known as Kai P, and that was running a safe lane Lycan, and then they went an aggro tri lane with a Luna behind them and a VS. They both went Aura to start. Actually, no, one went Magic Missile, but when the Aura kicked in later on, you actually got so much damage out of the lane that there was nothing you could do against it. And that was a beautiful, beautiful thing to see. For now, it looks like you're right about the dual lane. So Pilot Eye's going to be heading north as the Skywrath Mage. Fader will be also on the north. Bone 7 will be the mid Lycan, and that puts Owie and Envy on the bottom as the Visage, as well as the Drow Ranger, who's wearing the stupid-ass face. As far as EG goes, it's a 5-man smoke movement. So PPD Shadow Demon going in first. TZ on the deck, Death Prophet again. Fee will be the Doombringer. That puts Zion to the Jakiro, and then Universe wrapping it up as the Centaur. And with no lag, I get to stay inside the game this time around. So Dota TV people, I will not abandon you this time around.
It's good to hear. We'll be live with the game as well. I was trying to use the rewind feature a little bit while we were in Dota TV, but it just ended up messing up a lot of the particles and stuff. So didn't get to take full advantage of it. But it's good to be in a live game. So EG, no big surprises to see them coming down and blocking out a couple of camps. They don't want the Visage to get some easy pulls out in the early game and already skyrocketing ahead in terms of farm. The familiars are going to be enough of a problem this game without just giving them away to him. Ward placed down by AUI. I was talking about the potential for the EG supports to hide over in the trees, and yeah, there's the ping from Pilot Eye, who thought they might be over there, but PPD's actually going to reveal himself coming down for the 0-minute rune, so Envy's going to know that he's safe down on bottom lane.
It was the perfect rune for PPD as well. If it wasn't, then Pilot Eye would get some easy harassment into him. So if Envy's safe, Fear gets zoned out by a Visage. Even with the pull point being blocked, for the first 3 minutes, Owie has to actively push Fear out of this lane. This has to be his goal right now, and is Fear actually...
He's just gonna go grab a jungle creep.
Okay.
To start. There's no point in not grabbing a big creep. AUI should probably actually be over here to try and steal part of the experience from the creep being picked up, but they're not 100% sure if it's an offlane Centaur or an offlane Doom. So that's why he's not really thinking. That's why he wasn't really thinking about it. But we usually sometimes see supports when it's an offlane Doom trying to either keep him away from the big camp or go and steal part of the experience from when the creep gets devoured.
Not exactly the creep that Fear was looking for, though. He would have been looking for an aura kind of creep, but he gets himself possibly one of the most useless creeps he could use early on. So it's just worth the experience and money instead. But the fact he also got boots first up means that Owie 2000 not going to have the greatest time up against him, but he's playing it smart. Keeping his distance, Fear cuts through the tree line, and Drow Ranger's moving up. There will be the Grave Shield to go, and they're just trying to chip through Fear's 3 tangos. That's all he brought to this offlane, because he's relying on getting his level 2 as quick as he can, so Scorched Earth will let him survive. But we've already got Envy up at 7 for 0, and now he's going to get a little bit more space. He's got the Aura as well as the Cold Arrows, so Doom can't do that again. If he does, he's dead.
Yeah, and that's the big reason why he's gone boots first.
Well,
having a salve
are they going to go for it?
Save your life
the orb attack, he's still got disruption available, didn't actually evade it. Thought that'd be a little bit too much of a problem when Fate has also got an orb attack, so he wants to save it just in case things get rough. But they popped off the house, they get as much bonus damage into them as possible. Now Disruption, Ice Blast not leveled up for PPD. Still a large amount of damage, you're going to capture over onto Pylite Die, but PPD's got no life points to stay left on this lane, but then Universe rotating in from the west, so Fader, he'll have to back himself up. More attack damage, he's got an orb available, level up the phase, should be still hit by the double edge, and Fader is the first blood, and Fear rotating up towards the top lane. He doesn't have enough mana for a trap, but he's chasing down Pylite Die, and with a bonus movement speed from Scorched Earth, EG take a double kill on the top lane. And it all falls apart, doesn't we? C9 getting a quick pick off on the SD, and they had to go so far up to try and get it, that it was too far.
Yeah, the C9 aggressive dual lanes the last 2 games have kind of let them down a bit. The Nature's Prophet, Skyrath, and Maria.
The Orb, he can actually join himself up right now. Fader, the Howl damage is there, which means Zyme will go down. There's more Orb focus damage coming in from Pilot Eye. Universe, that return, phase shift trying to evade the double edge, which was faded out to start with. PPD low on life, and now the hilarious thing is the most influential thing up on this top lane right now is the hero that's not even there. It's Bone7 in the middle lane.
Yeah, the Precision Aura and the Howl are making it very, very difficult for even the full EG tri-lane to engage in. And C9 were just a little bit too far up on that, you know, when they were looking for that first blood on PPD, who barely survived, mind you, so.
Do you think it's worthwhile to get a second point up in Howl? Just considering the way that top lane's been going? I know it's not going to happen for a while, considering like Lycan, like you just put a third point up into his wolves, because he needs these things leveled up too. I was like, do you sacrifice a point up in the Feral Impulse?
No, I don't think so. I don't think the upgrade on Howl is necessarily good enough. He'll definitely max out the wolves first. Maybe he'll pick up some more points in Howl before he gets more impulse.
Fader to follow up though. He's back. Yeah, but sorry, back to your point.
Yeah, no, so he'll probably just pick up... He's definitely going to max out the wolves before he considers going back for more Howl. Maybe he'll prioritize Howl over Fair Impulse, depending on how the game is going and how quickly AUI 2000 gets his level 6 up.
Check towards middle lane. There's an Invis Owie heading in. The wolves are already behind Arteezy. And Bone7, well, he's not level 6 just yet. With the creep wave going down, he should be able to hit that. So if Owie keeps his distance here, okay, he's even got another potential. He could kill off the courier if he wants to have a crack at it. He's looking at it. But Arteezy's backed up a little bit more now. So it's not 100% there. And Lycan does have level 6. But the fact that he's backed up is flagging some big warning bells to Arteezy. Meanwhile, Dro Range is still getting free space. I'm really not agreeing with the fact that EG is doing this, because Dro Range with free space, she hits a very quick level 6, and then this aura, like it goes up a long way, and now they're going to have a crack at Arteezy. But too deep under the tower. He needed to be further up the river for that to work.
Yeah, I really... Beta probably needs to stay top, because they need to keep the supports there. The only reason that Arteezy is getting... Eternal Envy is getting... Is bottom lane is because they're keeping the supports pinned top and they can't make a rotation or down bottom to pick a big
apart. He's got double edge available. If he does, he'll kill himself to Fader right now, who runs in deeper, more orb attack damage. There's your Howl bonus. It's not enough to kill off Universe. Stout Shield protects, but he is completely out of consumables. He does have his Tranquil boots, but it'll take a long time to regenerate up. And at the same time, PPD rotates himself down to the bottom lane under the cover of smoke. Owie's coming down here to make sure the Eternal Envy's got some extra health. He's going to need it too. Destruction to start with. Here comes the point blank range. This takes away Envy's, and then, oh, he got the gust off. A little bit of extra space. He needs more though, and he won't get it. The Shadow Demon, soul assumption damage into him, but he's the man who got the kill.
Oh, 2 crits! My god, that was ridiculous from Fear. They wiped out AUI. That was ridiculous.
He's meant to be tanky too. And then again, he's only a level 2 Visage. No wonder that soul assumption damage too wasn't that big. It was meh.
He's not tanky with that Grave Chill. He's got with that Grave Keeper's Cloak. He's got 0 armor and 10% magic resist.
Dro's coming in. They're gonna try and go for this kill. Frost arrows into Fear. They can slow him down. They don't know where the ST is, and Fear's already backing himself up. If he stuck around a little bit longer, they could have had a crack at him. But they might also be a little bit concerned that Doombringer is approaching level 6 quickly. And then a quick Doom into either Owie or Envy. Trigger the Scorched Earth. We could be finding ourselves a solo kill for Fear, if not more.
Yeah, and both supports down here as well, looking for another kill with a smoke.
Yeah. This is their movement to stop the Dro Ranger. And Fear. Well, he's got Scorched Earth. He may as well just run in behind the tower if he wants it. With both PPD as well as Zai here, there's no reason why they have to hold back. And there was no Observer Ward to scan their movement here either. Eternal Envy, well, he'll break the smoke and then he sees them. Picks up his boots as well. Considering a solo kill, the ISR, they go for the catcher, the Guts is pushing PPD back as the Wolves are also attacking him on the rear, so he's going to be really concerned the Lycan is on his way. Which, well, Highlight Eye is. The Lycan is coming, but he's taking a little bit to get there. They're going to bring in a lot more heroes to this. Doombringer's on his way in. At the same time, even the Greenways follow them up and well done. The Lycan Wolves will finally bring him down. The Gus silencing up here as well as PPD. The orb attack, PPD will actually die to that. And now it's a 2-0 trade-off. Envy juking through the tree line. Another silence over to Fear. That time it's Pylai Die. They've got him slowed down. He just wants to Doom on Envy and he can't get it. He had to throw it to Pylai Die. And Bone 7 will stay with the Skywrath Mage until the end. Whatever that may be. Denied. Down past the tier 2 tower.
Radiant's bottom tower
EG,
is under
they
attack.
can't kill off the Drow Ranger. Successfully juked and the Doom is just burnt.
That was a huge loss. 3 for a deny, and you expended your Doom as well for what in theory should have been, had AOI and Eternal Envy been playing up at all, that would have been just 2 clean kills, but the supports had been missing from top lane long enough that it was getting a little bit suspicious.
Bullseye, concussive shot, orb attack, just trying to push him directly back off this lane. They're going to be really concerned now too, because with that kill, like, even though Skywrath Mage died, he was part of it for the entire time. One more creep dies next to him, and he has Mystic
Radiant's
Flare,
middle tower is
which
under
means there's
attack.
a lot more nuke damage you can throw out. While middle lane, C9 trying to keep at the mid tower. It's in deny rate, the Wolves coming up as well, but Arteezy's ulti is still going to survive. It's only halfway through its duration.
Radiant structures are fortified.
And they're going to fortify it. Actually, delay this even further. Envy, he sees PPD, he actually has an extra 5 move. Well, actually, Envy has the 5 movement speed on him, but the Dream Call from Fader, PPD being silenced up, he's up in the high ground. There's no secondary silence for the Ripman. He'll get a copy, Centaur ulti, the attack from Puck is enough. PPD will die to that. Meanwhile, on bottom lane, Doombringer's right next to Owie. Right underneath the tier 1 tower. Oh wow, that's a big crit. Owie just wants some space. He doesn't have a grave kill. He's already used the Soul Assumption damage, and now Lycan's on his way in. Body blocking up his teammate for a moment, but then they see Fear in the tree line, and Bone 7 will catch him out. So he goes 6-5 on the board, while Arteezy is trying to catch up to Envy. But he needed at least 2 hits as well as the Crypt Swarm in order to get the kill. And he won't get, he gets 1 hit, and that's all.
Man, the last couple of minutes have really been falling apart for EG. That's 4 deaths bottom lane. They get the tower ends up being denied mid as well by the Puck, who is starting to get up some pretty good farm. Already has his treads completed, and Cena will be able to start looking towards some pushes of their own. They've also managed to get the level 6 on the Visage. So with Precision Aura and Howl, they've got plenty of damage to take out some tier 1s or even some supports.
Well, Bone 7, I think, just wants that tier 1 tower in the bottom lane, but top lane is when they keep their eyes peeled. Ice pass, takes on Fader. Arteezy, no level up in silence, so he cannot control Fader, who just orbs himself away to safety. He's also got this Dream Call back off cooldown again. That guy has been forced all the way back to base, but his familiars are not. They're looking at the tier 1 tower on bottom. And it looks like exorcism will be committed by Arteezy.
Dyer's middle tower is under attack.
Meanwhile, on bottom lane, PPD's in a lot of trouble. His familiars are going to pop him up so quickly, while Envy is actually taking the mid tier 1 tower. How bonus damage, as well as having his aura, is just his ultimate buff up. He pumps out a hell of a lot of deeps. So even though the tier 1 tower goes down on top lane, they got a kill on the SD and significant damage to the tier 1 tower on the mid.
And basically everything that killed the Shadow Demon was just the Precision Aura, the Howl, and that ridiculously fast base attack time. I don't know how much necessarily Pylai died.
Quick! Not fast enough. 2 attacks from Arteezy. He started with the attack, got the Crypt Swarm, and then the second attack. Now Bone 7,
Dyer's bottom tower is
on
under
target.
attack.
Disruption will go. They have the Observer that's watching him in the corner, but Bone's going to cut his way back through. And then PPD! The Familiars came in again. There will be the death of the Lycan. PPD's on the run. The Wolves, they run faster. He can't escape.
Ice Path.
He can't escape it. Ice Path something. The Wolves are too far in front. He liquid fires instead. And there goes your SD. So a 1-for-1 trade-off. I'm not going to say even, but it is still 1 hero down for either side.
Definitely could have been much cleaner. Bone 7 was just leaving the camp right as they turned up, so a little bit of bad luck again for
bottom
EG.
tower is under attack.
Fada getting really close to his Blink Dagger. They haven't even taken any tier 1 towers yet either, notably on
Dyer's
T9,
top
which
tower
definitely
is
needs to
under
be
attack.
kept in mind when you're looking at the
Bottom
overall league,
tower
which is
is
only
under attack.
slightly
Radiant's
favored
bottom
right
tower
now.
has
So
fallen.
I would look at it and say tier 1 towers don't mean anything to C9. The tier 2s definitely do, as far as like their own. because their pushing power is just so great. If they win a fight like this on Universe, you get close to the icon for keeping out the Mystic Flare damage, and then Familiars involved. It's the battle of the minions, the buffed minions as well, doing some heavy lifting. Now, but once you take a fight, like, you've got yourself a Drow Ranger and a Lycan. The towers don't survive. And it looks like Bone 7 is actually skipping his Feral Impulse. He went 3 points up in the house, so everyone's got like as much of a bonus as he can possibly give him.
Yeah, I think maxing at the house definitely the right decision here. With all of the extra sources of damage that they have to pump it out. And there was actually a really nice little play in that last engagement where Bone 7 made sure that he clipped Universe with the Wolves right as the shot was flying.
That's easy. He's coming in. Hold stop. Silence. Too quick for Vader. Envy as well with the gust. They threw everything they had. Just that Envy won't survive this. TZ's ulti will actually just shred him up. Then the Eul Scepter. They move over to Lycan. The Ice Part. Actually, not even there. It was a dual breath. So Bone 7 will be able to outrun this, or maybe he won't. Universe ever get close enough for a Hawk Stop to a double edge. Bone 7. 30. No, it's not enough. The attack damage out from TZ is too much. The ulti didn't actually reach him. It was just the damage. We got a little bit of a problem with Fader. He's stuck in the trees right now, and he has to blink himself into the lane and then go up and pick up a TP scroll, but he doesn't know what's out there. Okay, this is the defensive way of doing this. He can't reach the TP from that range.
Yeah, still needs to wait or sell his branch to be able to TP out, so using 2 blinks to get over there I think is fine. He's just waiting to see anybody on the map, because if you look at the map for C9 there, it was very, very dark, so plays it pretty defensively and we'll be able to get out.
Well, EG, yeah, man, dark for C9. Look at EG squads. One watching perfectly in the mid, one's watching perfectly on the bottom. The only thing which they don't have vision of is their top lane. But right now, EG are keeping C9's eyes firmly focused on the bottom. Oh, they found one for a Ranger. TZ. He can't really get this kill, and if he overcommits himself, he could actually find a tunnel and be turning around and killing him.
Dyer's bottom tower is under attack. Dyer's bottom tower has fallen.
But then again, he's got a lot of support behind him. Universe and Zai, they're both being stalked by wolves, however. So they're not going to find any kind of like surprise movements. Because the wolves just lost their tracking as it went uphill. The wolves are about to time out anyway. Yeah, there's the ping coming out from Envy saying, yo man, keep your wolves controlled.
So the Familiars just backdoored bottom lane, in the midst of everything else, and they're just going to get in position for mid. Now looks like AOI going to go for the resummon Fear in trouble top lane.
Dyer's top tower is under
the Familiars
attack.
For the kill up there.
Yeah.
And now with the Hal bonus damage, they can take the T1 tower up here. Because the Familiars still have high damage, they can just crush the creep wave. Look at the bonus damage. When the aura's turned on from the Drow Ranger, they attack really fast, and they still have like plus 33 damage. So it's 43 damage for every single Familiar, even when they're drained of their bonus damage
middle tower is under attack.
This is a huge influx of gold for C9. That's 3 tier 1 towers, all within the span of a minute.
Yep. And they're losing the tier 2 on bottom lane, but TZ has to keep burning his ulti for this one. And what does C9 really have to burn? The Drow Aura? It's Drow Aura and Hal. And that does the work. This is what I was talking about before, man, when like you look at the tower advantage, and EG, like they have a Crop and they have a Chikiro. That in itself should give them a lot of bonus towers in the early stages. Arteezy's in trouble. Envy's got in this room. Arteezy comes out far enough, cold snap, cold arrows. Frost arrows. Slowing him down, and they had to use the center ulti to get him away. So now that's blown for 90 seconds. At the same time, Pylai die. He can't catch up to Universe, who just blinks and TPs out at exactly the right time. They were smoked up, but the Observe Ward didn't reveal out anything apart from the fact that Bone 7 was on the bottom lane. So, just good thought process from Universe. Say, I should get myself out of here.
The absolutely imperative thing for EG this game is just defending Arteezy. He's a lot of their damage, and PPD needs to make sure that he's in a position where he's not going to get jumped by the puck, but he's also ready to defensively disrupt the Death Prophet if anything goes wrong. Arteezy is getting tankier, and he's got a plate mail and a vitality booster picked up, but that's not going to mean much in the face of Soul Assumption, Mystic Flare, Dream Coil, and all of the right clicks. So PPD really needs to be on his toes. And we might even see like a Blink Dagger out of the Shadow Demon this game, though. A Force Staff is maybe a little bit more likely.
On the 4-star.
It's a long way away.
Yeah. He's got some time before he'll reach that. But maybe this will help him out. TZX has him off cooldown, and he's going to go straight in for Roshan. It's a casual VIP booster on him as well. Okay, is he wondering if he should? The Familiars aren't in range for this, but the Observer Wards, the ping just came out watching Fear walk down to the pit. So that's flagged that for him. It actually looks to with his plate mail, maybe it's the casual thing. But Fear is down to building Shiva's gun.
Yeah, I think I should just go for Heart. I think the plate mail is just to beef him up a little bit more.
Yeah. You can go for the assault Cuirass later.
Oh, the wolf kind of snuck in. What can it do here? Okay, not able to do anything.
They had a sentry ward down there as well. It was up on top of the cliff. It's just because the wolf was all the way in the back end. They couldn't get it off. Vader. He's looking at Arteezy up here. He'll need more help. And now he doesn't want to bar him. But the Familiar burst, maybe that would be enough. While on bottom lane, there's double TPs coming down here. Bone 7's on the run. Universe can't catch up to Pylai Die. Concussive shot still on cooldown. Up on top lane. As he Euro 7 trying to save Arteezy. He's also some damage. He'll break the Aegis already. Pylai will die here on the bottom lane. The highest part in the center attacking him. And then back up the top lane. Doom carved out on top of Vader. He needs more damage. The Familiar's trying to help him out. He does go down. No denial on Howie. We're going to solo kill on Fear. Bumping him up to level 11 now.
Those Familiars, my god. I mean, they almost killed Arteezy again, and then they also
Dire's
brought
middle
down...
tower is under attack.
Also brought down Fear, so... This is the exact reason why C9 will pick the combo whenever it makes it through, and...
Yeah. It's gotten stronger too. We're getting Aghanims 19 minutes in because of that for the Visage. So we have a 90-minute Aghanims level 2 birds. He'll have to wait another 145 seconds before he can summon them up, which is why getting that Aghanims out to him right now isn't a huge priority.
Top tower is
but
under
with
attack.
Lycan Howl and the Wolves attacking the tier 2 tower, the Familiars will come in and help them too. There's no Dro Aura on the back of that. They just brought that tower down to half-life with a couple of Necros, as well as Wolves and Birds. And the tower went down half its life points. This is why EG cannot let this game get into a position where they get sieged. Because if that happens, they lose.
Yeah, definitely not. This is all about just who manages to approach the towers. There's pick-off power on both sides. Centaur with the Blink Dagger, Yule Scepter, potential disruptions, and also on C9's side, the Puck blinking around and finding opportunities. And it's just whoever gets those pick-offs gets the opportunity to go and knock down a tower pretty much within 10 seconds flat. So there's a lot of posturing and a lot of importance on vision right now.
There's a gank on Familiar Birds that's currently happening. They're going to go into the tree line, but they can't stop them. But this is what Howie does best with his Familiars. He keeps the pressure on the side lanes up so heavily, he scouts out the fact that Fear is still farming up. And that gives Fader a ticket to walk up the bottom lane with Pylai Die and search for some kind of opening. And PPD is the only man that's here. He drops a sentry ward just in case someone's going to be right next to him, and tries to deep fend with 4 points in Shadow Poison, which is rather successful until Fader. I thought he was going to go in. If the Familiars had actually come over just 30 seconds earlier, he would have gone for the Dream Coil.
The problem with going for the Dream Coil is that if they were close enough to the tier 2 tower and the blink wasn't right on top of him, so he wouldn't have been able to Waning Rift him before the disruption, and that means that TP support could have come into the tier 2 and maybe made life a little bit
even that would be fine.
Dangerous.
Like, if you force TPs out for a Dream Coil, like the Familiars are the main things doing most of the damage or at the biggest
Dire's
risk.
bottom tower is under
risk,
attack.
Curry, be careful. Picks up the Shiva's Guard now for Arteezy. Wait, so he did build one. Because Doom bought a Shiva's Recipe. I got a funny feeling that Fear's going to have to switch up his build right now.
No, I think it's still 2 Shivas. Doom still needs the mana. He's not even carrying a stick or anything right now, so he definitely needs the Mystic Staff to beef up his mana pool a little bit. He is going for Ice Armor this game, so they're going to try and camp as much as they can.
There's no Mystic Player available now. The Central ult, Mystic Player does go down, but Pilot does go down. He's just standing on the hill by himself. There was no one that was really near there. The Familiars weren't helping out. Howie just had to resummon them, and he was pushing the tier 2 tower in the bottom lane. But I don't know exactly what Cloud9 was trying to achieve with Pylai Die's position. but they are going to take this bottom tower. The Drow Aura got turned on. There's a fortification available for the tier 2 tower.
Dire
The
structures
Familiar's
are
already dropping
fortified.
down and they're taking the tower. Oh wow, that's a big blow too. They fortified after the tower went down. And now we have a Zai in trouble. Now he's going up, so also good damage. He's still got 3 Familiars. They don't have drop down, that means he got the bonus damage already. Now he's trying to TP out, there's no stun. He's at home and host. The Familiars are still here as well. And not a single one of them was lost. Vader was able to bail out. He was thinking about coming in with the Dream Call, but would just steal the DD rune and get himself out until he sees Arteezy on the bottom lane. These Familiars have their stuns available, and they're doing a split push, so he can actually attempt to kill off the bottom lane. Arteezy, the ultimate's about to wear off, so he'll get healed up for this one. Silence. He's waiting for the heal to come in before he attacks. The Familiars are a little bit too far out. Dream Call. Oh, nice silence by Arteezy. Allows him to escape. While up on top lane, point 7, there's no War Stop, there's actually Ice Armor for Fear, where both heroes from Cloud9 will TP themselves off on that top lane.
Jakiro did manage to get the deny on the top tier 2, but C9's split push is looking really scary, and Fana, as we saw, just constantly on the hunt for pickups. Knows that his backup not too far away.
Shiva's guard. He's focused on some PPD, and Fide just accepts his fate. Turned around, did as much damage as he possibly could. But once he was perched, he knew he wasn't escaping that fight.
Given how important Vision is at this, at the moment, and how both teams are just looking for pickoffs and pressuring towers, I'm surprised not to see a gem on either team. Just dead off here, looking for another solo kill.
Vader, he's doomed up for the moment. He can't draw himself away. The Familiars are coming in and trying to help out. Maybe he's denying Vader. He's still sticking around a body block. The denial will be there from Aoi. So Fear gets no joy apart from seeing Vader on the sidelines for 40 seconds. And then Aoi, Familiar drop down. He tried to force staff the hoof stomp, but he just cannot reach Aoi at all. And they want the Familiars. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3. They're blinking for him. They're over the tree line. Universe blinked in. He's stuck in the tree line. He's got 4 staff in 5 seconds, but all the Familiars get away. And EG can spend all day chasing birds, and they get nothing.
And they actually had Precision Aura and Howl on the birds, and Aoi had a resummon in just a second. I'm surprised that he didn't just turn around and kill.
Thinking of Paladai again.
Dire's middle
No way
tower
he'll
is under
survive
attack.
that. Again, it's the same position. It's again the same position.
He wants to play some wards, Toby. That's what he keeps trying to get up there to do.
Here, he just stood in this box. He didn't go up. Plan a ward up here, sure, I'll be down for that, but he's gotta stop standing on the cliff.
So what else do we have? We've got Necro 3 completed for Bone 7's Lycan. TZ 2k gold towards a potential heart. Zai is continuing to take the farm out of the 2 supports over on EG, working on a Yule Scepter. So that means that 4 staff or Blink Dagger for PPD is going to be a very long way off. I thought that maybe EG would switch the farm priority, and that Zai would start buying the support items and let PPD maybe grab one of the, grab either the Force or the Blink, but looks like PPD is going to continue just playing the hard 5 this game. And we do finally have a gem picked up as I say that, so Universe has had one secured for him by PPD. So EG going to look to regain a little bit more control of their side of the map. The Paladai, as we've seen, hasn't been very wildly successful in getting any deep wards down either.
No, he hasn't. It's impossible to get out that far. These Familiars are again, like they're solo pushing the bottom lane. And now he's getting a lot of farm from doing this too. Every time I watch him do it with the birds, he just got 4 out of the 5 creeps on the lane. But he's basically getting, I'm not going to say free farm, but it may as well be free farm because he doesn't even have to use his hero for it. Little investment for maximum reward. Speaking of maximum reward, look at Dro Ranger's money. A hand of mine is in, and she's sitting at 3.7k gold. Built an SMY with a Blink Dagger. So the Blink Dagger, obviously an essential item for Dro in this game. Wait, okay, that wasn't a no. Wait, maybe intentional awesomeness. Familiars give vision, Envy farms Ancients. But he's level 16 in 27 minutes, so we've got the max level up in the marksmanship. You got Ness Y, so he's tanky, moves really quickly, and with 4k gold, I'm wondering if Envy's just going to try and go straight into a butterfly in this game.
Yeah, he might. BKB is actually still pretty good as well, though he is a little bit tanky out of the SNY off Fear.
Killing spree.
Yeah, they caught Fader out in the top. The Familiars are coming in though. Yeah, and Fear might be in more trouble. The Familiars are attacking the tower. The Necro units were attacking the tower, however. A little miss micro on one of the Familiars. So Ali's now down to 2.
Roshan has fallen to the
He has to
dire.
resummon. And at the same time, we have Arteezy with his ultimate and Zai's help bringing down Roshan. They get a kill on the puck. They take the Aegis of the Immortal. And Cloud9 doesn't really get much more in return to that. A little bit of chip damage on a tier 3 tower, but that's not a lot to write home about.
Yeah, C9 is still definitely winning on the lane pressure, though, just with the constant familiar push. So we'll see if EG are going to be able to break out with this Aegis at all. They're chasing down AUI right now.
Yeah, they had the vision with EG, so they know where he is. At the same time, the Familiars, they don't really care about Ice Path. Let's get themselves away. Now he TP's out. He's getting closer and closer to finishing a full AC. And Envy, he bought something. It's Eagle Song. Yeah, it's going to be a straight butterfly for him. He knows the buff up is going to be so worth it. Look at his damage output. Almost 300 base.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, even look at Fada, for example, right? He's got 66 extra damage just off Precision Aura.
Yep.
That's crazy. That's for every ranged hero on C9.
Which is almost every single one apart from Lycan, but he's got a DD room bolted up. So he'll have his damage in the next fight. Yeah, but Aoi, he's walking around too. Same amount of bonus damage, 68 plus. So for a guy who's about to build an Assault Cuirass, not too shabby, man. This is what I was talking about. Like, one team fight for C9, if they win it, hands down, the game is over. Because they'll take tier 2s, tier 3 towers and Raxes straight. I don't think Rax is gone if they win a full fight.
Yeah, no, they have an absurd amount of tower damage this game. EG just trying to even things up a little bit on towers, or is EG gonna bring down the tier 3 with Exorcism? But what EG do need to be a little bit careful is now that the Exorcism is down, C9 might be looking for a fight, and everybody has to get out of here pretty cleanly.
PBD was hanging around just in case. The
Dire's
C9 gave some more
bottom
time
tower is
for
under
Envy to
attack.
finish up his butterfly. And there's the D-Ward. But they're up a long way, the Familiars. Couldn't actually get in range for a stun on a hero. Fader was still looking for it, he blinks up. PBD's pretty damn close here. Exorcism is completely gone, as you were saying. And looks like that is the ticket for C9 to move up. But remember, they're still fighting up against an Aegis the Immortal Death Prophet. So even if they kill her right now, if this fight takes 30 seconds before it starts, that's going to be too long. Because then she could fight, die, come back up, and the Exorcism could be up again. And that's not what they want to have happen. They want Arteezy down, have the reincarnation happen while there's no Exorcism. And they can't find the opening. In fact, Envy's just moving up to farm, while the rest of EG are worried about it. Universe triggers the ultimate. Yeah, she caught out Pilot Eye in the bottom river. So Skyrath Mage dies, looking for the bottom room. Aoi has to reset up Familiars, instantly into the stomp. The Wolves are right behind Arteezy. They're just keeping him out, but Aoi, you'll set her up towards the air. Arteezy locked in the kill, that was nice. And Aoi locked in the Ice Path. The Familiars can't do anything here. He'll go down the middle lane. And Exorcism's off cooldown in 22 seconds time. That may be the ticket for them to go high ground, unless they look towards top lane where Fader and Envy are ready to push out towards the tier 3 tower. And yep, mass TPs are coming back. Bone7's forcing the bottom lane with his Necro units as well. They're getting the entire EG lineup to fall back, not even
Radiant's
leaving one
middle
hero
tower is
behind.
under attack.
Actually, they may even try and kill Fear. Familiar birds are coming in. Dro's still got an aura up and running, hasn't triggered it just yet. And Fear will be forced back inside the base. At the same time, Bone7 triggers his ultimate. Arteezy's come in, he has Exorcism, doesn't want to trigger it for this. As the Familiars, well, okay, we get a Eul Scepter over on Arteezy. The Familiars are chasing Couriers down, it won't be able to catch it out. But Arteezy with his Wolf Storm, he's got a little bit that's left, but not a lot.
Dominating.
They got him, he attempted to TP out, but it was futile. 50 seconds on the sidelines.
That was really nice from Arteezy, realizing that his base move speed is high enough that he can actually keep up with the Lycan for a little while and hold off on the Euls, let Universe get in as close as he possibly can. Because if the Lycan had felt... Also, doing that means that the Lycan can't just, run away and TP out if he also knows that Universe is coming in, which he did because there is a Radiant Ward over by the rune, so... Well done by EG, finding a bunch of pickoffs, and C9 just going to keep on split pushing.
They
But
found another one. The Doom on Pilot Eye.
Dyer's middle
They get
tower
both
is
for that,
under
but he does
attack.
go down.
I don't know what Pi is doing some of the time here. It's not like he's placing wards. Yes, he pressured at top lane a bit, but that's still base kill gold going over to EG pretty frequently.
Maybe you switch computers that Eternal Envy used in game number 1.
Maybe.
That's what it feels like again. Like, C9 are always one player down as they keep getting picked off here and there. That's what happened in game number 1 for them. I said most of the time it was Envy getting caught out.
So we have an AC up for Fear. Interesting. Everybody is stacking armor, but nobody is actually carrying a Bassi right now. It's a really small thing, but even PPD could maybe have room for it in his inventory. And then the bonus armor can be relevant. But EG still a little bit left on this Aegis, going to keep on chipping away at mid lane.
They have a Scythe device freshly over on the pot. They're going to smoke up and come from behind. So they're losing the mid tower. There's no fortification to save this. The Familiars are ready, and they're going to try and catch Fear out of position here. They've got to be quick about it. Universe forced back up. He gets the touchdown on PPD down straight away at the start of this engagement. Fear, he doesn't have to. It's not available. Universe so low on life with the double edge, but they're going to kill off Owie. No, he's not. Universe will die the orb attack, and Owie got up towards the hillside. He does go down, however. The Doom is the man to kill him off with just that scorched earth damage. So it's 2 for the price of 1 at the moment, while on bottom lane, Eternal Envy is running his ass off from Arteezy, but he's lost his bonus ultimate now. They're turning around a little bit more. Envy, he's still on the run, but it's Fear who's dying. If the Doomers on Highlight die, the familiar birds are trying to bring down Fear. It will not be enough. Arteezy was successful with a kill. And Pilot Eye denied up by the Lycan. And they're coming back in. Familiars are up. They'll have enough damage to get rid of one of them, but not more than that. Even though Arteezy, he's committing. He wants these familiars gone. He got him. Is that a fresh resummon too? Yeah, they are. They've only got 1 familiar left. He doesn't actually have a drop down for this one. He's trying to keep the damage out there. It's 159 bonus damage on a familiar. No wonder he's keeping it in the fight. But Arteezy, 2.5k life points with the Ice Path into Envy. Now he's in trouble. Familiar drop down finally over on top of Fear. They're trying to keep on the back end of this one. Bonus 7. Enough damage. How bonus damage goes again. There's also the gem being dropped by the Doombringer. Envy back towards living. Frost arrow into Arteezy, slowing him down enough. They'll bring him down. 98 seconds on the sideline. 78 seconds on the sideline for him. Ice Path keeping him away from PPD, but the Wolves there, all down. Regeneration rune stolen by Vader, looking for revenge into PPD. We'll save him for the moment, and the Ice Path, they got Envy. He blinked into it. The push back with the gun is not going to give enough distance, so Universe is right behind him with the Blade Mail up. PPD defensive disruption. Vader still looking for a way to kill him, while Bone 7 locked inside the Ice Path. Vader TPing out in the tree line. He's out for safety. Now Dual Scepter over on top of the Lycan. Mystic Flare drops down. Minimal damage. In fact, absolutely none done. And Bone 7 silenced up again. He doesn't have an ultimate form. He's waiting that he bought up his armor, so at least when he dies, he will be able to save his money. A couple of familiars, but still one of them left up here. That familiar survived the entire engagement. But the engagement is now over. Universe, okay, that's a lot of damage to take from the Necro unit. But there's not enough follow-up damage to kill him off anyway. Fires aside the Vice to celebrate the victory.
Arteezy wants to go Exorcism a lane of Rex. He bought back because he knows that they got the kill on Eternal Envy after he bought back. So no drought for 40 seconds, and if everybody on EG can get in position, this should be at least the one lane. There is a glyph up for C9, but...
Oh, he's gonna kill him. He got Owie out of position, and Owie's got nothing he can do to stop this. Universe right behind him, waiting for the Hex to wear off, and then they just hook stomp and double edge. Maybe more than just one set of racks. They may even have time to go bottom. The Visage will buy back. And it looks like EG, they're going to pull back just a little bit with the fortification there, but then they did move up forward again. Zutro is still on the sidelines, reach. There's no bonus damage. The Lycan's alive. And EG, familiar drop down can make it difficult to have easy fallback, especially when Vader does this. Dream calls available. Catch that boy. He doesn't draw to the other side. Get the Hex over on PvE, but now he's a long way from home. He is still with the dude. Doesn't have to use it over on the puck, and then he can do it on somebody else. Shakiro being saved by PPG with that disruption. He blinked himself away to safety. And then not as lucky. The buyback can come out from puck, and then he's right behind side. Into the tree line, throws at the macro pipe that reveals his position quite easily. And Envy trying to make a break for the middle lane. No Centaur, no Shakiro. Shakiro can buy himself back, but the Centaur cannot. And what we talked about before,
Radiant's bottom
what can
tower is
happen
under
when you
attack.
win one fight with a couple of heroes still up? They can force
Dyer's
these lanes
middle
out
tower
very,
is under
very
attack.
easy. Battling backdoor regeneration, however, without bonus damage. Maybe wait for the creep wave. Okay, they got some screw wait for the
Dyer's
creep
middle
wave.
tower has fallen.
So I know it was a very long time ago.
Radiant's bottom tower
Never
is
mind,
under
there's no time for
attack.
talk.
Yeah, they're coming up.
Dyer's middle
They're coming
tower
up.
is
No
under
time to breathe.
attack.
Necro units as well. They're going to get a
Dyer's
counteract.
top
Mortification up. He needs to slow it up, but then Fear jumps and he got the 2 on Envy. This will kill him off. That's the primary thing right now. They'll have to deny him. There's no other choice. Envy will not survive this. Bone 7. Oh, he attacked too early. Dumolest to get a legit kill over on Envy. Well, Skywrath Mage dies on the tree line. The rest of Cloud9 have to fall themselves back. And I don't think they've got enough heroes so they can repel this second EG counter push.
Yeah, an exorcism up in 3 seconds, so... Lane of Rax number 2 coming in for EG. It was a very long time ago, but I want to point out how nicely RTZ played on this fight all the way over here. So he was a little bit isolated and he got hexed up by the puck, but he was still stampeded, so he used the stampede with his maximum speed to run over the top of Eternal Envy, slowing him down, isolating him, and then he chased him with the exorcism the whole fight, so he never let
Radiant's bottom tower
never let his
has fallen.
ultimate reactivate. He really did a lot of C9's damage that way.
Right under the tier 4 towers. Nutty just brings his
middle
ulti
tower
up to
is
the top
under
lane.
attack.
They want Megas, they got Owie, that's GG. They've lost too many heroes here. They can't get him out of here, and Envy will call it. Game number 1 of the second series goes the way of Cloud9. And well, that one series advantage turns around to EG being 1 game victory away from winning WEC. What a nice day for EG this is. What a nice day it is. If they can finish the job, however. If they can finish the job.
RTZ, Universe, and Zai just continuing to put in so much work. I mean, RTZ ended the game 7-1 and 11. It seems like he's really in his groove on the Death Prophet. So I don't know if we'll see it in the next game. And it's a little bit of a blow as well for C9. I think they do have quite a bit of confidence in the Drow Visage strat. You know, they pick it very, very frequently. But to have PPD also leave it through, and then C9 take it, and they also end up losing, it just goes to show that, you know, right now PPD is feeling very, very confident in his drafts, and it's working out for EG. They're on a bit of a hot streak now.
Yeah, they're looking great, man. The question is, can they keep it up? We'll find out as the players, as you can see, they're going to leave the stage, grab themselves a drink. In fact, already PPD is just guzzling right now. We'll be back in a couple of moments' time for game number 2 of the second series.